I'm pretty sure I don't need to say this, everybody's well aware at this point, but this year was crazy. This was the hardest year of mine, and I'm sure lots of your guys' lives. But strangely enough, on the flip side of that, it's also been the most successful year of my life. And the other day, Courtney was doing one of those really weird Instagram things where she posts and asks you guys, you know, ask her some questions and she'll post the answers, whatever. And one of you guys asked what she was most proud of and what her most accomplishing moment was. She asked me what I would have posted, what I think my proudest and most accomplishing moment was. It was very strange. This year, like, I did so many crazy materialistic accomplishments, but my truthful, honest answer to her was my proudest moment is to still be here right now, making these videos for you guys and not having given in to everything that this year has tried to do to me. Because boy, this year was definitely hard, but with that hand in hand came some amazing accomplishments that I think are worth noting. This year we completely finished up the BRZ. We got the supercharger going on it. We completely dialed that thing into a point where I'm absolutely in love with it, and I mean, sure, there's lots to come, but it's on the road. I've been driving it around, I mean, until it dumped snow. We also completely rebuilt the Copart Genesis. We got that thing right at the end of last year, and this year it went from a pile of car parts in my warehouse all the way to taking me to my first track day, my second track day, which led to my third track day, and it's already teaching me so much. Like, that car was the first time I ever painted a car. It was my first really big welding project, to be honest. This year I also started going to the gym for 3 weeks. Then they closed it on me, and haven't been back since. I got my first lift this year, which was an amazing accomplishment to me. It's something that everybody always dreams of, having their own lift. I bought a brand new truck that I had always dreamed of owning, and I'm still stoked on to this day. That truck brings me so many opportunities and chances and the ability to do some things that I never had before driving around slammed cars, and hopefully bring me many more. I mean, and maybe some other future builds. We orchestrated a cross-country move, but this time we didn't ship anything, we hauled it all ourselves. We filled U-Hauls and trailers and brought all my cars and almost all my belongings across the country. And of course, we can't let this one slide, but I bought my first house. The location is beyond ideal. It's weird thinking about a future that doesn't involve moving and moving and moving, because for the last 3 years I've never really thought of myself as in a stable place, and it scares me a bit to think that, like, I own this now and I can stay here as long as I want. But there's also comfort in that I'm sure that I'll be able to find. I haven't found it yet, but I'm sure it's there. To be honest though, when I'm sitting here looking back at this year and I'm thinking, like, about the year in whole, what I remember the most is exploring this earth with my best friends and just all the amazing trips and times.
Okay, this is the last one that we're gonna be doing today. Nikolai, you better show us something cool.
Nikolai, if you don't do a triple 360 backflip, front flips,
try a backflip. Do you guys think you should do a backflip? I really think you should.
Now you get out there,
I'm gonna fucking injure myself.
Well, injuries is how you learn.
I do something cool, otherwise people are gonna unfollow you.
He moaned.
Oh.
He moaned and then he did a side flip.
He landed so hard.
Do something cool. He goes, as he goes by us, and then,
Come on, brother, you moaned and then you did a fucking face plant.
When I look back, I don't think of any of those bad times. I think of all of the amazing things and the fun that I had this year. Here's the problem with that. I'm seeing it from my end, looking in on you guys, and in my own personal experiences. As someone who creates, I can tell you that this has been the hardest year of my life, but you guys probably wouldn't know that. I only post on Instagram if it's a good post, or I'm happy, or a highlight has happened. I only post videos when I'm happy or there's some good content to share. People don't share the downsides, people don't share the struggle because it's not entertaining to watch, it's not something that everybody wants to see, and it just frankly no one likes to hear about everybody else's problems. We all have enough of our own. Now maybe me telling you that is pissing you off because you keep hearing that social media, you're on it too much, or it's making you unhappy, but you think it's making you happy. It's something that I'm pretty sure we all need to hear. It's making people start to kind of blame the year or the circumstances or surroundings that they're in on why they can't or why they aren't having a good time. And this year has pushed me into places I didn't even know I could go, as far as like struggling and really not being okay a lot of the times. I've had more mental breakdowns this year than I knew was possible. Like it's definitely been an insanely tough year, and I guess if this video could have one message or one thing to kind of give you guys to take into this new year, is bad things happen all the time. Every day since the beginning of time, bad things have been happening. And sure, we could say 2020 was a rough year because it definitely was, but blaming the year for you not being able to do something is not gonna help you advance. 2021, I guarantee you something bad is gonna happen the first day, and if we all start saying 2021 sucks and it's terrible, that's how we're gonna feel. Think about when you want to buy a new car, you want to buy a BRZ, how often you see them all of a sudden now that you want one. It's the same thing with how you think about life. If you're always thinking something bad is gonna happen, chances are you're not gonna notice the good things, you're only gonna notice the bad things. And I think a lot of us have taken a lot of time this year, especially me, to figure out what's going on and try to figure out how we're feeling. But we also can't dwell on it for too long, and we need to try to move forwards and just keep going and staying committed to whatever it is that we're trying to achieve, and not letting all these things that people keep throwing in our face as bad get in our way. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't let 2021 control you. Control 2021. And if you catch yourself slipping, just remind yourself to stay committed.